Hello there, and welcome to the Cargo Bay Presents Set Guides. 1996 top Star Wars finest, probably one of the most hotly anticipated set guides to date. Oh my god, I'm Brady C here with my co-host as always.
Adam B, BC. I'm all shiny and like kind of embossed looking a little bit, even though I'm not actually embossed.
The card technology is taking a step up today, my friend. We are entering pretty firmly a new era in the mid-90s of trading cards.
This is a very 90s set. It's one of the things I like most about it. Hard to beat.
This set is phenomenal. I'm not sure how I first stumbled across this. I know it was when we initially were like going back and just ripping random packs of anything we could get our hands on. And I did get us a couple packs for when you came to visit, and we did like an in-person record. And we had some of these Star Wars Finest packs, and they were super dope. And from that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to get the full set of these weird.
Yeah, it was such an exciting thing to find cards this good. It was like,
Yes.
oh man, these are sick. And also, I believe you pulled a Boba Fett refractor, which you kindly gave to a friend of the show, who I don't think knows that card is now worth some money. So,
was it the Boba Fett, or was it Boba Fett, or was it the Sarlacc?
It's a Sarlacc card,
but with Boba Fett, yeah,
it's still hard to find on eBay for a decent price.
A very cool card, a very cool set. This was like the peak of me being interested in like trading cards, was in the 90s. But I missed out completely on this because I was so like baseball heavy. But this is when card collecting started to get like cool with like inserts and chrome and refractors. We'll talk about that here in a second. We've got the first refractors in Star Wars history in this set, but just a really like fun and exciting and now almost like quaint time if you think about what has become of trading cards, but a lot of it you can pinpoint back to some of these finest sets from the 90s, both baseball, Star Wars, whatever. They're like, we can start putting fancy chromium finishes on these bad boys. Chromium.
I really want to see this how this goes down at the factory. I want to see chromium in production.
You've got to smelt the chromium down to get it onto the cardboard, so it's a whole process.
Yeah, lots of steam and metal. It looks like the droid factory in episode 2, BC.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna hit the slide here.
Hit the slide.
I'm gonna arrange. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. We're almost to 400 subscribers, baby.
Holy moly! Kind of a big deal here on the Cargo Bay. We appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed. If you haven't,
absolutely.
May God have mercy on your soul.
I'm not even gonna give you God's mercy. You just deal with whatever.
You don't deserve it. Another thing I love about this set, that base set 1 through 90, a binder collector's dream for a base set.
Why can't it all be like that, BC? I have very few sets and binders, but I have this set in a binder, and it also lines up where the card backs are different colors, and they're all all the colors are on the same page. So you got a page of blues, and then you flip a couple pages, and you got a page of green backs.
There's specific thought that went into binder collectors when this set was made. You've got 9 subsets with 10. Wait, how many? Hold on.
I don't know. I saw 2 pages of blue, so I'm not sure how the subsets.
Yeah, so there's 10 subsets, 9 cards each, so perfectly on each page. You've got your Rebel Alliance 1 through 9. You got some of your heavy hitters there, your Luke Skywalkers, your Han, your Leias. A lot of people you know and love. The Rebels and Affiliates start to introduce some different people in there. Imperial Command, Imperials and Affiliates, Force Users, Spies, Smugglers, and Rogues. This one's kind of odd. Indigenous life forms
Yeah, yeah.
is a category. You've got the Mos Eisley Cantina, Jabba's Palace, and droids. You get a smattering of all sorts of stuff. Very familiar and truly cuckoo bonkers stuff, which is going to lead to some excitement and surprises in this particular presentation. In fact, on this exact slide page, we're going to have a special pop quiz today.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, there it is. We see a pop quiz.
God. A pop quiz. This is, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. Maybe you know it.
Uh-huh.
Joris Kaboth?
You know, I have heard this name in audiobooks many times, but now I can't say it to you.
All right, well, we're going to call him Dr. J. He's got kind of a cool look about him. Pop quiz about Dr. J. Was he A, a dark Jedi, B, an insane Jedi, C, an insane dark Jedi, or D, Gandalf?
I would call him an insane dark Jedi.
Ding, 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 ding. Absolutely correct. This guy was an insane dark Jedi. And if you couldn't tell by the wizard beard, I think that was probably the biggest giveaway. And the Force lightning he's got flying around him there.
This a very important character in the Heir to the Empire series, a fallen Jedi used by whoever's in charge at the moment, Thrawn, and I forget who the Imperial leader is above Thrawn. It's like, we're gonna use this to trick Luke Skywalker. Lots of weird stuff going on there. Yeah, there you go.
Love an insane dark Jedi. Again, just a smattering of some of the 90s EU stuff we're gonna feature throughout this presentation. So
beautiful.
Yeah, if you wanna hit the next slide, we can talk a little bit more about them shinies.
Oh baby. Yeah, so the main thing you want to know if you're looking for these refractors, which are quite rare. I don't know how many come out of a box typically, but don't think a lot.
I think it's maybe one or two out of a box. I'd have to look. But again, like, this is when they really started the beginning of like pack odds and that kind of stuff, where it's like the refractor is the chase in this, basically.
And so you've got a nice illustration of kind of the sheen that you get on a refractor. If you've seen a Star Wars refractor, it's got a rainbow finish under it. But I will say it looks different on these cards than any other cards because just kind of the way that, again, I said the cards kind of look embossed. It almost looks like there's actual indentation in the chrome under the surface. I don't know. But I do think the refractors look cool. And the photos online, sometimes they don't because they're focused on getting the rainbow effect, which like washes the card out as a result. But the way you can tell if it's a refractor for sure is they have gold character images on the back, which is a nice touch. And so if you search for these, you say gold backs sometimes, or put gold in your search as often as refractor will pay off for you.
Yeah, these are, again, we're coming out of like Galaxy being the relaunch of the 90s. Not a ton of value if that's your jam. The refractors, there is some value in these refractors, especially in like high grades, because they're pretty rare in terms of like actually getting a 10. So if that's your thing, you can chase you some refractors, try to get you a graded PSA 10. Might be sitting on a gold mine, but most likely you're probably looking at a 6, 7, or an 8.
A lot of these have a dividing line in the finish where you can just kind of see. It's not even a print line. It's like, I don't know, where two edges of the refractor sheet have lined up. And I'd say those are on most cards. And I think the PSA 9s and 10s, you're not going to see that line on. I picked up a few of these refractors when they weren't as expensive as they are now. But I still felt bad about paying those prices, because it was like, maybe I'm crazy, but these have definitely gone up in value over the past couple of years. As more people come into the hobby and realize these are cool and hard to find. And that
Yeah,
Jawa refractor is the first one I went for, BC. Ooh,
that Jawa goes so hard in that photo.
Very cool.
Look at that dude. That's the meanest looking Jawa I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, I've got a decent little refractor collection. I like these cards a lot, and it's one of the only things I can imagine buying, like seeking out more of in the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's a part of my collection where I'm like, yep, I like those. Never gonna be cooler than those dumb cards from '95. Like,
yeah, there's history to them, you know, like the. It's just the oddity of a lot of it that I find really like charming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something quaint and odd, and there's a history to it that I think really makes this set a standout. You know?
Yeah. No. I love a border-free, just kind of plain card.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't, and I'm glad the Finest logo isn't on the front because I think the Finest logo is ugly. I'd like a little galaxy logo on there somewhere, but the cards are clean cards.
Yes,
right.
yes,
I'll
indeed they are.
Slide here. Oh, the Rebel Boys. I just wanted to point out. So this is, again, it lines up in the binder well. You got these 3 pilots cards, which are some of my favorites, and I feel like represent the set because what the heck is going on? Like,
I want to talk about Tom Selleck. I mean, Biggs Darklighter for a second here. The card is amazing. The image is heroic. Now, I just want to confirm what we're seeing is the sun shining through his cape. Is that right? So completing that perfect circle behind him.
Yeah.
It's like a translucent cape. Is that what I'm seeing there?
Yeah. I'm not sure if the cape is actually translucent or it's just part of the the heroic depiction. Who knows? He also seems to have either abs popping out of his shirt, or that's an armor plate with some ab indents on there. I'm not sure.
The pose itself too, like he he knew his photo was being taken. You know what I mean? Like this didn't happen by accident. Well, this Biggs Darklighter knew someone was looking at him. Was like,
I'm gonna climb that spire over there.
Climb that up and pop my leg up on that little lift there and gaze into the distance.
I love it because obviously these are built as like propaganda images for Rebel pilots, and let me see if I can do this here. So if I take this, oh dang it, I can't do that. I was gonna drag Nia Num over to the wedge and line up those laser shots.
Oh, nice. But, is Nia Nub, is he 8 feet tall? Because he looks like he might be a kind of a giant in this.
Not canonically.
Okay.
But, those.
It's like the most athletic looking Nia Nub I've ever seen.
It's beautiful. I love the character choice. I think I have refractors of all of these. I got a graded 8 of a wedge, which is the wedge isn't special, but that was like $30 a while back, and I was like, I mean, dual pistol wedge is one of my favorite cards that I own.
Ankle deep in the snow, dual blast in the air, man.
Yeah,
like
it's sick.
Amazing.
It's very cool. And I love that they have the heroic shot of me in there. Again, great choice. But to look at the back of these cards, I would like to point out that the Biggs Darklighter back here looks nothing like Biggs, a character that has been established in the films at this point. I guess we don't have the special editions, so we have a little less like Biggs footage to go off of.
Right.
But I think it's less about not having access to footage and more just being like, no, these are interpretations of the characters, and the back art isn't done by the same artist as the front art by a lot of times. I think the whole set is maybe one person on the back.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so you get a lot of interesting images of these characters on the back, and it's cool to get 2 unique images of a character on your card. They don't make backs like this anymore.
They don't, and I can't stress enough how much fun it is to read these card backs
yeah.
as you go through this set. In fact, we may have some more pop quiz questions coming up that are pulled directly from the backs of these cards. So just a little teaser as we go through this here, Doc. I want to keep you on your toes.
Love it. It's interesting that Wedge and Biggs get first names, but Knee and Numb is all it's one name, baby.
Are we to believe that is Knee and Nub is like one last name? Is it like a Madonna situation? I'm slightly confused.
You can't ever shorten that name because culturally you got to say the full thing. It's what I'm
so there's, even though there's a space between Knee and Nub, one thing separated by a space.
Yes.
That is some semantics in Star Wars lore that I am intrigued by.
I mean, I'm just I'm making that up. But also
no, I bought it completely.
Got to point out, on the very top of the card, we have art by front and back of all of these cards. So
is this woke tops crediting artists for stuff?
Yeah, ridiculous that they might do that just to satisfy my curiosity as a collector.
Amazing.
But also we've got a Rebel emblem on the back of this set of cards. The backs change. I don't know. It's all beautiful. Good stuff. Big bold card number in the bottom.
I love it. We got some more beautiful card backs on the next slide too there.
Yeah. I had to throw in the Salacious Crumb, of course. That's a great card. That Zuckuss card rules.
Just a sassy little hand on his hip, that Crumb, you know?
The back of that Thrawn is, I can't say I love that depiction of Thrawn, but it's cool to have on the card. Very funny. And I wanted to read a little bit of Zuckuss here. Because it talks about Zuckuss pairing with Forlom, talk about potential manifestation of force powers, and then it says, after missing the bounty on Han Solo offered by Jabba the Hutt and the Empire, Zuckuss and Forlom roam the galaxy in search of other prey. Which is just like, yeah, isn't that a beautiful thing to imagine? You and you bug man and your robot sidekick just kind of, well, we missed that one, but let's get back out there. Roam the galaxy.
It's beautiful.
Good stuff. All right. The family's all here, VC.
The family is all here. Unfortunately, I didn't include little Anakin Solo, but we do have Ma and Pa. We all know them. We all love them. They're in that 1 through 9. Classic depictions of Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford there. And then something strange happens when we get to the Force users section of this set, where we get the first car. Well, maybe not the first. There might be some in Galaxy that feature them. The first specific character cards of the Solo children. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jaina, Jason, right, and Anakin are 3 kiddos.
Jacen, right?
That's right. Yeah, Jacen. I assume spelled just like the normal Jason, or pronounced the exact same as just our classic Jason. But we had to Star Wars it up and change the spelling a little bit.
Yeah, I vaguely know those characters from books that I've long forgotten.
Just a quick shout out to Jason hanging out with dragons and what appears to be a cat in a basket.
And a camel? A short camel?
Yeah.
Just a regular cat and a platypus in the tree.
Yeah, it's a fantastic card where they clearly like, what's the youngest reference image we have of Harrison Ford? That's Jason.
And love it. Beautiful stuff.
What happens if you hold on?
Wait, what am I waiting for, VC? Oh no!
Did you click? Did you click?
Oh my goodness! Oh, no. It's a pop quiz, VC.
Quiz. You can tell this is a well-coordinated operation here.
Yeah, we did a couple rehearsals.
Right. Yeah, we did. Pop quiz, baby. Which Solo kid was it? This Jedi Knight proved crucial in the defeat of Yu Song Bong, who eventually turned against their family and friends, becoming a Sith Lord known as Darth Cadus.
Okay, yeah.
Was it A, Jaina Solo, B, Anakin Solo, or Jason Solo?
I want to say Anakin Solo, but I think it was Jason.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
You got it. Yes, the Anakin throws you off.
Yeah.
No. It was Jason, Jaina's twin brother.
Oof. Oof.
Tough look for Jason.
Sorry about that, Jason. Sure, there's some good. It's great because the books of this era are all very kind of silly, but they do that around the New Jedi Order era. They try to turn that canon into a very dark and serious and more adult, which leads to things like that. A lot of like, oh, we gotta kill our son, Leia. Let's have some depressing talk about
he's turned evil. Let's kill him.
But there's a Disney canon in that.
Yeah, I mean, they Kylo Ren is sort of a spiritual successor to Jason Solo. Yeah. One might argue.
Yeah, for sure. All right. There's a good set of droids. Just pointing that out. Some good droid cards.
That IG card, that's an all-timer.
It's sick. Yeah.
For IG, I think.
Been wanting to refractor that for a long time, but that's one of those ones that crosses that $40 threshold and has been over $40 for years. Yeah. I'm
gonna wait.
I've gotten maybe one or two refractors over that price point back when I had some money, and I don't feel awful about it because I could sell them, but it does hurt to spend $40 on a card. It seems like that's a lot of money for me. But they're pretty.
It does smart.
Yeah.
It does smart, especially if you're a budget boy like we are here in the cargo bay.
I put this Kip Duron card here just because I wanted to emphasize, there aren't a lot of artistic renderings of these EU characters. If they're not on the front of a book, you're getting a description of that and maybe nothing else. Now this what is this? A Galactic Files card comes much later, but just to show that we're working with abstract, descriptions in books. Look at the different interpretations of Kip Duron.
The one from Galactic Files. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Michael J. Fox?
It looks a little bit like that. Michael J. might have been the reference image.
Like if he had a wig on,
If he was
Michael J. Fox in there.
Michael J. Fox is balding. Hairline is receding, but we're still letting it flop heavy in the front, which I kind of like that look. Got a little Rebel emblem that almost looks like the Rebel Phoenix emblem. Just
it does,
the way it's cut off there.
Yeah.
A nice purple lightsaber, but yeah, my point being that it would have been cool if you were a fan of the books to get some pictures of these characters, or cards.
Not a lot of tangible things that you have outside of the books for, say, a Kip Duron.
No.
But in 96 Finest, it's there for you.
Oh, pop quiz!
Oh my goodness, it's a pop quiz! Pop quiz. A little Kip Duron history for us, everybody. Which weapon did Kip Duron steal and embark upon a vendetta, destroying several Imperial targets and unwittingly killing his own brother?
Oh no, he must have gotten too angry, too dark-sidey, and killed his brother.
Was it A, the Life Crusher, B, the Soul Crusher, C, the Sun Crusher, or D, the Death Star?
Oh, I know. It's got to be a Sun Crusher.
It is a Sun Crusher. I thought all very believable weapons just based off of the name of the Sun Crusher being something that exists in Star Wars. But yeah, he was pretty torn up about killing his own brother, which sort of led him down the path of the light side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kip. Now, I am vaguely aware the Sun Crushers look kind of like a diamond in the sky. They got a kind of diamondy design. I wish they would have just made the fourth Death Star, or whatever number Death Star it is, and they should have just made it a Sun Crusher in Episode 7. That would have been cool. I can't remember if they just suck energy out of suns or they collapse suns. I don't know. They're a bad guy weapon.
And old Kip Duran just out there wielding it like it was nobody's business.
Wow, BC. I just clicked the slide and we're on truly banana zone. Man, these are cool cards. And also, it's just funny. I don't know. The depictions of female action characters in the 90s.
Not great.
There are worse than these for sure, but the jumpsuits, they're all jumpsuits, baby.
Question: are these characters from Star Wars, or are these rejected characters from 90s X-Men?
I was gonna say Batman, like Batman and Robin, like concept art.
Yeah, truly bonkers images of what we have here, and if you click the slide, no. Oh boy, we have my least thought out pop quiz question so far. So we're gonna do. I'm just gonna wing this. So we're gonna do this, I guess, like a match that contestant. Okay, so I've got the description of each of these lovely Jedi ladies. I want you to tell me which one
Jedi.
it is.
Okay.
These are 1,000% Jedi.
It's interesting they're not wearing robes like every other.
In case you couldn't tell from the violin, guitar, and the dragon costume, these are Jedis. Just before I get into the official quiz, could you name a single one of these just offhand?
No way.
Okay, so I can't blame you, because I had never really heard of them until I flipped through the binder, looked at these, and said, "What the hell is this?"
It's insane how many books I've read and or listened to, and this doesn't seem familiar to me at all. There are a lot of Star Wars books that turned out.
Yes, there certainly are. I've got so the lovely lineup that we have here is Callista, Tion, and Karani T. As many of our viewers have probably guessed by now, because you all knew these 90s banana Jedis. So let's just go through and see if we can't match up which is which. Now, I think you're going to be given some context clues from the art on the card, okay? So the first one, again, remember, this is Callista in the purple. Tion, our
that was going to be my guess, actually. I was going to line those names up correctly.
And then Karani T. Now, which one of these three bachelorettes kept her essence alive in computer banks known as the Eye of Palpatine, the same essence which would later enter the body of Cray Mingla when the Jedi student sacrificed herself?
Well, it's got to be Callista. I mean, look at Callista there in front of those computery lines with some eyes in the sky. Great card.
It's a beautiful thing. Now, I was taken aback just briefly reading the card back and saying that this is a Jedi who kept her essence alive in a computer known as the Eye of Palpatine. I didn't look that up. It sounds amazing. I don't know what's going on. The same essence was later transported into someone's physical body who died. Callista. Shout out Callista. Jedi. Okay, now I'm not even gonna. Well, no, I'll do it. We'll do the next one. This is gonna be easy. This is the easiest one. It's just mostly so I can read these descriptions. This character, raised on Dathomir, was a member of the Night Sister clan, aided Luke Skywalker in recovering Jedi training records from an ancient space station.
Man, Dathomir and the Night Sisters are this old?
Yeah, Doug.
Wow. Well, that's got to be Karani T, of course.
It is Karani T. Absolutely correct, which only leaves Tion and just for posterity, we'll read her card back. Noted as not being strong in the Force, she eventually discovered
she sexied her way into the Jedi Academy.
She sexied her way in through pure effort. Specifically noted as not being strong in the Force. Period. Hilarious. She eventually discovered a Jedi power that could capture and weave Jedi history through song that would inspire future Jedi.
Oh, baby, we got a Bard class Jedi.
Ooh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
That's bad. That's
truly banana stuff. Like, I'm telling everyone, go to eBay, look up Star Wars 96 Finest Complete Set 1 through 90, hit buy it now, get your set, stick it in some binder pages, and just spend 15 minutes reading the backs of some of these cards. It is worth it.
Yeah, and let us know if you are a fan of who was the Bard Jedi?
Tion?
Maybe Tion has cool story stuff. I read a lot of Star Wars books or listen to them, and they truly like go right through my brain. I retain very little information about not really the most not the best story
gripping
in these books as far as
not the most gripping and engaging.
Yeah, but that's my taste. So let us know if you have a big fandom for any of these wild characters. And of course, we have these beautiful inserts, BC, the embossed foil and the Matrix card.
Yeah, the embossed foil. I think I pulled that Obi-Wan as well whenever we did our pack openings. They're very bumpy. Mm-hmm. They're they got nice raised surfaces, I guess. Make kind of a weird looking puzzle there.
Yeah. Better than a lot of the puzzles.
Definitely better than the puzzles from the Galaxy. This is a step up, not a big one. And it's fitting that they included a bunch of steps in the puzzle itself. But I'd say we're progressing in terms of the card puzzling that we've been doing in the 90s here. And then I didn't know too much about these Matrix cards.
Yeah.
As another insert set that's part of the finest.
The way these work is that, like, if you look at the spiral blast coming out of Boba Fett's gun there, that has a very reflective surface under it. So I'm sure it's the same with Palpatine's lightning, maybe just the background of that droid card. So almost kind of like the, Chrome Galaxy 2021s, where you have a flat image with some highlights from Chrome finish, although maybe brighter than those. I don't know.
Playing with that technology. Yeah. I don't either. Again, a lot of this ungraded is affordable. I mean, if you just go on eBay and want to buy this stuff for anyone who's interested in that, I think I got the 1 through 90 set for like $20 or something.
Yeah.
It was not an expensive purchase to get that. I mean, you might pay a little bit more for. I think we got them at this
20 or less.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then the inserts, you can find relatively cheaply too. The only thing is if you get into like high graded stuff, it can be more expensive to obtain, which isn't particularly my jam on this, but it's a very cool set in my opinion.
Yeah. If you're trying to get a refractor of Thrawn or Luke, that'll be pricey even ungraded, but
yeah,
you can get the base easy.
Yes, you can. You certainly can.
All right, I'm hitting this slide to the credits. BC, we steal a lot of images from eBay. I don't think we're going to get sued, but I particularly stole a lot of images from LTL Sports, which does not endorse this podcast, nor do I endorse them as a seller.
I don't even endorse this podcast, so it's okay.
yeah, that's fair. But anyway, I got a lot of images from there. They're selling singles of all of these cards for like $1.25 or something. So if you need complete your collection. And just wanted to include this Death Star gunner card because, man, cool image of on the back of the card, a little creepy. And also just what a weird, it looks like it's from a cyberpunk book, that image of the Death Star gunners.
Very, again, I cannot stress enough how, like, it's a journey you go on when you look at some of what is on the front of the cards, right? Like this card front, wild, but you get at least one or two on every one of those 10 binder pages that you're flipping through you're like, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
There's a lot we didn't include as usual in this slideshow that are worth looking at.
So go out and get you a set and enjoy it. This is a recommended buy for me.
Yeah.
Is I endorse this product, as I have, I think, the Galaxy stuff too. But this in particular, I think, is just kind of cool, fun, and attainable in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and if we didn't make it clear, they're all character cards, although there are some vehicles featured in those character cards, including Darth Vader and his TIE fighter. Cool stuff.
Yep. I think there's, and you can correct me if you know, but I know there's at least one horizontal card, which is I think it's the Stormtrooper or Snowtrooper card, where it's like it's actually a
it's
horizontal.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one. They messed it up. Did they, BC? No, there's a couple of horizontal cards in there, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah.
Not rare. There are only a couple of them in the set.
Yeah, they're.
Somehow I didn't get this Probot card, which is the checklist. But
yeah,
it's really interesting because they just put a description of the Probot on the front and the droids thing on the front to make room for the checklist on the back.
I love a good odd checklist, and that one is fantastic.
Yeah, very cool.
But also, I feel like doesn't show enough respect to the Probot.
I guess. I mean, it is the only droid on this sheet. No, that's not true. There's another one without a personality, I would say. But man, these are cool. Great.
Beautiful set. I was gonna launch into winding down of this particular set, guys. Unless you have anything else. No. Hey, we're professionals here. We're really good at intros and exits. We appreciate everyone for joining us in the cargo bay for our 1996 top Star Wars finest set guide. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let us know what you think about this set. Anything else to add, Anna B?
No.
All right.
I'm ready at your command, BC.
Here I go.
Beautiful. I'm going to go play my Jedi loot.